Hi there, this is Colleen from Keeping the Peace, and welcome back to another episode of Colleen Answers Your Questions. Today our question comes from Leo Contreras. He's asked several questions in this series. He has great questions. And his question comes in the down bar of episode 15, where we were talking about making our arms feel stable while shooting. And his question is, do you have any tips on recoil management? Why, yes, I do. Recoil management is all in how you're handling your body. It's not necessarily the gun that, has so much to do with it. The bigger and the heavier the gun, the less recoil you're going to have to manage because the gun kind of takes a lot of it for you. Also, if you're shooting semi-autos versus revolvers, you're going to feel less of the recoil because there are springs kind of taking some of that for you. Whereas revolvers, you don't have any springs taking any of it. But I would say that you want to have a very forward, aggressive stance. So rather than shooting straight up and down, like you can see right now that my back is straight up and down, more of a forward stance, so bent forward at the hips where the legs connect to the hips. You want that bent forward slightly. Back is straight, but your hips are bent forward. The gun is driven forward with the shoulders sort of rolled into it. Okay? Hopefully you can hear me. I'm kind of talking that direction, but your shoulders are rolled forward, the gun is punched forward, and you're kind of leaning into it, like so. You also have a very firm, strong handshake grip with your dominant hand, and then a firm C-grip squeeze with your support hand. Thumbs facing forward toward the target, so like so. Aggressively, thumbs toward the target. Generally, people shoot better if their thumbs are toward the target. Okay. Also, you want your strong arm to be definitely in line with the gun. So you want the bone structure to be lined up with your gun, and that's going to help a lot. If you have a situation where your hand is creeping around to the side and you're gripping like this, it's going to flop all over the place when you shoot. You want that bone structure to be lined up right behind it when you're shooting. Okay? Alright, so hopefully that helps. You also want the wrist to be firm and strong, okay? Kind of like you were going to punch something. You don't want to just kind of throw it out there. You want it to be strong and firm, so like you were going to punch something. That's kind of the, tension that you have. Not tension to the point of, you're driving yourself to a fatigued shake, but it's just a very strong arm. You don't want it to be limp at all. What I like to do in my classes is go around and shake everybody's hand. And I can tell by the way they shake my hand how they're going to hold their gun generally. And a lot of people are very gentle. Not just women either. Sometimes men are this way too. You want to be firm. You also want to make sure that you have contact all the way around the gun. And I'm going to link you here to a previous video about regripping, where I talked about sealing in the grip to make sure that it's not the gun's not flopping around in your hand. So go ahead and watch that, and that'll help cover the gripping part. But you don't want any airspace between your hands and the gun, or else it's going to flop around. If you feel your gun wanting to tip up like this, then generally leaning into it with those thumbs will really help. So thumbs forward and leaning forward into it. I also personally like to have a straight firing arm and a bent support arm with tension between. They call it isometric tension. So this hand's pushing forward, this hand's pulling toward me, and I have isometric tension between my two hands. So you can kind of imagine how that's working. And you can see that it actually, it's going to help control the recoil because you've got tension there between your own hands. So I hope that's answered your question. If it hasn't, if you try all those things and you don't feel like it's helping you, comment below and let me know. If you try all those things and it does help you, comment down below and let me know, because I love to hear your all success stories. It makes my day. I like to know if I've helped you. That's just really encouraging to me, and I appreciate all of you who let me know, because tons of you do that, and it's really encouraging. It just keeps me going. It's why I do this. I just love to help people. It's just really fun. So I hope I answered your question, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.